The US administration, led by President Donald Trump, has said it is withdrawing the sanctions waiver granted to the Chabahar port in Iran, which is being developed by India, thereby ending the waiver from 2018 during Trump 1.0. The sanctions regime on the strategically located port will come into effect from September 29. While this move is targeted towards Iran, it will adversely impact India, which has been developing the Chabahar port along with Iran. Here's how. The US had exempted the Chabahar port project from sanctions in 2018, saying, "The Secretary has provided for an exception from the imposition of certain sanctions under the Iran Freedom and Counter-Proliferation Act of 2012 (IFCA), with respect to the development of Chabahar port and the construction of an associated railway, and for the shipment of non-sanctionable goods through the port for Afghanistan's use, as well as Afghanistan's continued imports of Iranian petroleum products." But now, the US has decided to revoke the sanctions waiver for operations at Chabahar port. The US State Department's principal deputy spokesperson, Thomas Pigott, said in a statement, "Consistent with President Trump's maximum pressure policy to isolate the Iranian regime, the Secretary of State has revoked the sanctions exception issued in 2018 under the Iran Freedom and Counter-Proliferation Act (IFCA) for Afghanistan reconstruction assistance and economic development, effective September 29, 2025. Once the revocation is effective, persons who operate the Chabahar port or engage in other activities described in IFCA may expose themselves to sanctions under IFCA. Which means, come this September 29th, with the new guidelines, the Chabahar port won't be sanction-free zone, and any country which uses it for its trade or other operations will expose themselves to sanctions under IFCA. The Chabahar port is crucial for India, for accessing Afghanistan, Central Asia, and it also helps India to keep an eye on the Chinese activity from the Gwadar port in Pakistan. Chabahar is a deep water port located in the Sistan-Baluchistan province of Iran. It is the closest Iranian port to India, and is located in the open sea, providing easy and secure access for large cargo ships. During a visit by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in May 2016, a trilateral agreement to establish the International Transport and Transit Corridor, Chabahar Agreement, was signed by India, Iran and Afghanistan. The Indian company, India Ports Global Limited (IPGL), through its wholly owned subsidiary, India Ports Global Chabahar Free Zone (IPGCFZ), took over the operations of the Chabahar port on December 24, 2018. Since then, it has handled more than 90,000 TEUs of container traffic and more than 8.4 MMT of bulk and general cargo. The port has also facilitated the supply of humanitarian assistance, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. Till date, a total of 2.5 million tons of wheat and 2,000 tons of pulses have been transshipped from India to Afghanistan through Chabahar port. In 2021, India supplied 40,000 liters of environment-friendly pesticide, malathion, to Iran to fight locust menace through the port. Now post-September 29 onwards, if India continues to operate the Chabahar port, then it will expose itself to sanction under IFCA. It remains to be seen what India does to counter this move of the Trump administration.
Network 18 decimates Times Internet with over 6 times more unique users on social media. Network 18, the undisputed leader of news networks, way ahead of the times.